How far would your government go to control your mind? And would you even know it's happening? Imagine a world where your government conducts secret experiments on its own citizens, without their knowledge or consent. This isn't the plot of a science fiction movie or a conspiracy theory. It's a dark chapter of American history. The project was called MKUltra, and it was one of the CIA's most bizarre and disturbing programs. Today, we're going to dive into the origins, methods, and consequences of this covert operation. The story of MKUltra begins during the Cold War, a time of paranoia and suspicion. In the early 1950s, the US government was deeply concerned about the Soviet Union's advancements in brainwashing and mind control. There were fears that American prisoners of war were being reprogrammed by the enemy. The CIA, tasked with staying ahead in this shadowy battlefield, decided they needed to investigate mind control for themselves. And so, in 1953, MKUltra was born under the direction of CIA chemist Sidney Gottlieb. The goal? To explore ways of controlling human behavior through drugs, hypnosis, and psychological torture. What makes MKUltra so chilling is not just its objective, but how the CIA carried out their experiments. The program involved over 150 human experiments, often conducted without the subject's knowledge. Citizens were dosed with powerful hallucinogens like LSD, subjected to extreme sensory deprivation, and even hypnotized, all in the name of science. One infamous case was the covert drugging of American citizens in bars and cafes, known as Operation Midnight Climax. In this operation, CIA agents set up safe houses where unsuspecting people were given LSD, while operatives observed their reactions through one-way mirrors. These experiments were conducted on civilians without their consent, and the consequences were often devastating. Many subjects were left psychologically damaged, some permanently. LSD, or lysergic acid diethylamide, became the centerpiece of MKUltra's research. The CIA believed that LSD could potentially be used as a truth serum, or even as a means to manipulate someone's thoughts. They experimented on soldiers, prisoners, and civilians. Many of the participants were left disoriented, paranoid, or traumatized. In one well-known case, a government scientist named Frank Olson was allegedly given LSD without his knowledge. A few days later, Olson died under mysterious circumstances after reportedly jumping out of a hotel window. While the official story is suicide, many believe Olson was murdered because he knew too much about the program's darker aspects. The veil of secrecy surrounding MKUltra remained intact for 2 decades. It wasn't until the mid-1970s, during the Watergate scandal, that MKUltra was exposed to the public. A series of investigations by the Church Committee and subsequent hearings revealed the shocking extent of the CIA's human experimentation. Thousands of pages of documents detailing the experiments were uncovered, but much of the evidence was destroyed by the CIA in 1973 when the program was shut down. Despite this, what we do know paints a disturbing picture of a government agency willing to cross ethical boundaries in its quest for power. So, what is the legacy of MKUltra? For many, it's a story of betrayal, a government turning its back on the very people it was meant to protect. The experiments not only caused psychological harm to individuals, but also undermined public trust in institutions. MKUltra is a reminder of the dangers of unchecked government power, especially when it operates in the shadows. While the program officially ended in the 1970s, it's hard not to wonder how much we still don't know about what really happened. MKUltra serves as a dark reminder of the lengths some will go to in the name of national security. It's a story of fear, manipulation, and human suffering, one that urges us to always question the ethics of power, especially when it's wielded in secret. And that, my curious comrades, wraps up another wild trip through history's weirdest back alleys. If you enjoyed this journey, don't just keep it to yourself. Like, follow, and share the madness.